What's up, guys? This is Harris Sparks from Randy Marion Chevrolet Buick Cadillac in Mooresville. I wanted to go over this 2018 Chevy Corvette. This is a Z06, and show some features on it. Just do a full walk around of the vehicle. So first off, I'm just going to walk around the whole Corvette. Starting at the front, you have kind of carbon flash badging. The hood decal right there, LED projector headlights, daytime running lamp right there. With the Z06, you get a little bit more flared out fenders, different body lines, like right here. Z06 supercharged badging right there. Big brakes, factory wheels. Zoom out just a little bit. There's looking down the car. Again, with the Z06 you get flared out fenders, clear tail lights, black badging for Corvette right there. Nice little spoiler, quad tip exhaust. This one is, shoot, I forget what they officially call the name, but it's red with black accents, gives it a nice contrast. Really aggressive look. Fuel doors right here. You've got some vents on the rear quarter panel. Showing the inside of the trunk right here. Oh, the battery's dead. Showing you the trunk right here. You pop it open with the button, or there's a little button at the bottom right there. Here's your trunk space. It's pretty nice and open, almost like a hatchback, very small hatchback. Going over the trunk though, you do have attachments right here, and on the other side to mount your roof. You can take the roof off and put it back here. It's not a convertible, but it is, kind of like a T-top type of thing. So that's the inside of the trunk right there. And you do have other, you got a little 12-volt plug right there. Some accessory mounts for cargo nets. Different accessory mounts right there and there. More accessory mounts. You can put a shade right here to shade anything that might be in the trunk, whether you might have groceries or something like that. You don't want them sitting right under the glass. It's going to almost cook them, give it a greenhouse effect. I'm going to pop the trunk before I get inside. Obviously, I'm going to get inside and start it up for you. Let me see here. That trunk release button is all the way up here. Difficult to get to, especially with such a low vehicle like this. It's a nice overcast day, but you saw me walking towards the front. It's usually where you would pop open a hood, but with the Corvette it's back here, and the hood goes the opposite direction. You do have hood struts, which makes it a lot easier. You don't have to deal with hood props or anything like that. And on the underside of the hood, you do have Z06 badging. As you can see, these vents on the hood are functional. I can stick my hand right through them. They're going to go with cooling of the vehicle. Under the hood, we do have the LT4 motor, 6.2 liter supercharged V8. They push 650 horsepower. 650 pound-feet of torque from the factory. Get a good look at that motor and the entire engine compartment. Another good wide shot of the vehicle. looking real clean sitting here in this overcast day. Hopping into the vehicle. Let me wait for that bozo to go by. Hopping into the vehicle, we do have frameless doors, or frameless glass, so I mean, it's pretty cool. Now hopping in, it is a pretty low vehicle, but you do have a Corvette sill right there. I'm just gonna hop in right quickly. Work my way into here. Going over the door, first of all, you do have Bose audio system in this. You know, pretty basic because there's not very many doors, but you do have your window controls right there. My lock controls are right here. These C7 Corvettes are very, very simple. And coming over here, we do have our heads-up display controls, mirror controls, you know, standard stalks for doing lighting and wiper functions. Steering wheel, really, really nice and simple steering wheel. This is one of my favorite steering wheels in any vehicle. I like the design. It's nice and simple. You know, it's classy. No paddle shift. Well, it has paddle shifters, but they are actually rev match shifters. So when you pull back, you know, the vehicle's going to rev match, so it makes it easier for shifting because this is a 7-speed manual. I'll get to that in a minute. You do have cruise control. All your controls right here for the driver information screen, and you do have your voice command and phone controls right there. Z06 badging on the steering wheel, nice carbon fiber. Z06, obviously it's a very classy logo, so you know it's splattered all throughout the Corvette. Going over a little bit more, you do have your mode selector right there, electronic parking brake, cup holders with a cover. You've got a 12-volt hidden away in that kind of James Bond style compartment. I've always liked that a lot about the C7s. And you do have your AC controls right there and there. Z06 badging, I want you to get a good look at that. Just kind of, you know, pushing that Z06 more. Supercharged, 650 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque. All right, so let's give it a good start up. Just a little bit of a POV startup, point of view. All right, so clutch in, put in neutral, push button start. This is what it sounds like on the outside, on the inside. Gonna adjust my fan right there. All right, so going over the driver information screen, you do have your big tachometer right in the middle with your miles per hour dead center. I've got my fuel gauge right over here. My PSI for my superchargers right here. Miles per hour analog dials right there. Temperature is right here, and my oil pressure is right over there on the left-hand side. As you can see, that blue T at the very bottom of the screen, that indicates that I'm in touring mode. I can actually use this mode selector to change that. So this is what that looks like. Put it in sport mode. Go to track mode. Weather, you know, rain. Eco, which I don't really know what that means with a 6.2 liter supercharged V8, but I'm gonna leave it in sport mode. Something really cool about the C7 Corvettes, you don't get anymore, is you have this little screen button. Now what does that do? Here's what that does. It's super, super cool. It makes the screen go down like that so you can put things in here, pack of gum, whatever it may be, and you can also plug something in back at the very back there. Not really sure what you would want to plug in back there, but hey, you know, it is what it is. So again, super James Bond, kind of like this. I like that a lot. All right, so this is a pretty unique manual transmission, given that it has 7 gears. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and reverse is all the way over to the right and down. Now, why this is cool is because, you know, most of the time you see, you know, 5-speed in more economical cars, 6 speeds, and, you know, 6 speeds pretty much the standard for sports cars, but this one has a 7th speed. So, you know, clutch in. I'll go through the rowing action of that. First, second, third, fourth, 5th, 6th. Now to get to 7th, you have to kind of latch it in there, and to get into reverse, clutch is still in. Well, yep, see, slipped out. To get in reverse, you have to push all the way over and go down. That puts you into reverse. That's what the backup camera looks like. So, very, very clicky shifter. I reckon it'd be pretty easy to get used to. But that's 7-speed. You know, you're not going to accidentally go in that 7th gear, stall out. Your rev match, when you're shifting, you can basically, this will turn rev matching on. You know, pretty standard interior. It's a really good interior. You have a really good point of view in the vehicle. That's what I'm looking at right now. If you look out your mirrors, you do have a nice look at the body lines of it. So yeah, I'll go outside, give you a little bit of an exhaust note, and then we'll come inside the vehicle as it warms up, and we'll rev it up. I'm going to prop it up and rev it up for you. Alright, so that was a exhaust note of the C7 Z06. Let me know what you think.